Hello and welcome to the Championship Bookies predictions for the new 25-26 season. With the fixtures coming out in a few days, I thought I'd take a look at see who the bookies thought would be going up and going down for the upcoming Sky Bet Championship season. So let's just dive straight into their predictions. So we'll start in the relegation spots, and the bookies currently do have Oxford United at the bottom of the championship table. You could possibly see that, but with Gary Rowett in charge, they are a very stable outfit. I could definitely see them staying up quite comfortably. So I'm not sure why the bookies have got Oxford United. I think it's probably the lack of the squad depth, and the players they have aren't exactly amazing. But they did stay up quite comfortably last year with Gary Rowett in charge, so they'll be looking to do the same this year. 23rd position is Charlton Athletic. Charlton, haven't spent exactly, I don't think, so far this summer. They'll be looking to do that, trying to strengthen their squad, because I think they will be going straight back down if they don't strengthen their squad this summer. I think they can only finish ahead of the likes of maybe Oxford, Hull, if they don't click. But yeah, they don't have a great squad to Charlton. They need to invest in the summer. I think they got Kane Ramsey, who was one of the best right backs in the league in League One last year. So, I think Charlton will need to invest, and they can't rely on Matt Goddard's goals all year round. And then the final team is Portsmouth, which has really, really surprised me. I think this is just due down to the competitive nature of the Championship this season. And John Mousinho's side, they stayed up really well, comfortably last year, and did really well under him. Colby Bishop banging in the goals, Josh Murphy as well. They had a solid backline, Marlon Pack, the captain, in the midfield. So yeah, surprised Portsmouth are down in 22nd according to the bookies odds. But I think Portsmouth will be fine this season, and they can just ignore everything betting wise and people. I think common sense in most fans could see Portsmouth staying up this year, and it is mainly their home form that does keep them in the division. So yeah, Portsmouth in 22nd spot, and that is the relegation teams absolutely done and dusted. And now we'll head into the lower mid-table. I'll do upper mid-table playoffs, and then the top two together, I think. So yeah, let's just dive straight into the lower mid-table predictions for the bookies. So we dive into the lower mid-table now, and in 21st spot it is Preston North End, which is a bit of a surprise, but you could see why the bookies have put them there, because they were absolutely abysmal last season under Paul Heckingbottom, and probably should have gone down or could have gone down at the end of last season. Not done a huge amount spending wise so far, but they'll be looking to rebuild and do some business, as I think a few of their players have been released and left the club for other teams around them. 20th spot is QPR, which I have to say is really surprising. They're looking now to sign Kwame Poku after hijacking the move from Rangers. QPR are looking like they could have a really, really good squad at the start of this season. Just because of the players they're looking into, the players they're signing, it's just going to be a brilliant squad. So I'm really surprised that QPR are down in 20th spot with the players they are looking at. I'm surprised they haven't jumped up a bit more, but I don't think they know who their coach is yet. And then it's Derby, John Eustace. I could see why that is happening, but I think Eustace will comfortably keep Derby up. I can see why they're in 19th. They haven't done it a lot yet, but I'm sure they'll be willing to spend a few bucks in the summer. Hull the same. I'm surprised QPR are below Hull, Derby, Sheffield Wednesday. All them kind of teams. We'll do Hull and Sheffield Wednesday while we're here. Sheffield Wednesday, I think Danny Well is still there, so hopefully he can plug them out of a bit of a dogfight that they might be in next season if he did leave. So Hull as well. Sacking Ruben Sellers, not the best idea in my opinion. He's now at Sheffield United. Be interesting to see how he does there. Then you've got Blackburn and Valerian Ismail, probably about right. I think they're a bit inconsistent towards the end of last season, and that is why I could agree on the bookies on that one with Blackburn Rovers. Then you go to Millwall under Alex Neil. Yes, ended the back end of the 24-25 season really, really well. Did Alex Neil and Millwall. So yeah, I could see them probably getting mid-table, but maybe even challenging for those playoff places, or who knows, it could go horribly wrong, but I very much doubt it for Millwall. And then Swansea and Stoke are the final two. So in this lower mid-table option, so yeah, Swansea and Stoke just mid-table, but I think Stoke might be a bit lower down. They might be flirting with danger and definitely could go down. I'd swap QPR and Stoke around if I were the bookies in this one. But yeah, Preston 21st. Doesn't really surprise me. QPR really does surprise me. Derby surprises me a little bit. Hull and Sheffield Wednesday maybe a bit too high. Maybe they'll be in that relegation battle. But definitely with Danny Rowe for Sheffield Wednesday, they will be okay. Blackburn maybe a bit higher than expected. A bit higher than what they probably will finish in the season. Millwall probably about right in the end. And Stoke and Swansea. Stoke maybe a bit lower down. And then Swansea City eventually in though the just mid-table spot of 13th. So that is my low up in mid-table done. We'll move on to the top half now, and from 7th to 12th. So into the top half we go between 7th and 12th, and we start in 12th place with Bristol City. That's right, losing Liam Manning, appointing Gerhard Struber, ex-Barnsley coach. I think they might struggle with him. So yeah, after Bristol City's high hopes of last season in the playoffs and getting absolutely torn apart by Sheffield United, a mid-table finish is probably about right from the bookies on this one. Naki Wells still banging the goals in for Bristol City. Might be aging next season. They might be on a bit of a downward trajectory next season, will Bristol City. So that is why I can see the bookies have put them down in 12th. Into 11th is Watford with Paolo Pezzolano. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but yeah, with the Italian coach, can they go a full season without sacking their manager? I'm surprised Watford are actually this high up in 11th spot, actually, just because I just don't think they're going to be good this season. I think they'll finish lower down mid-table, might even be in a relegation scrap. But we don't know with the Italian coach. Apparently the Pozzos are trying to run an Italian club in England. Doesn't work as previously gone by with what managers they have done and the ownership issues they have had. So yeah, Watford I think will be in lower mid-table and will be really struggling this season. And then into 10th place, it's your standard West Bromwich Albion in 10th, sacking Tony Mowbray, probably the wrong thing to do at the end of last season, appointing him, just because I don't think that was a smart idea. I don't know who they're going to get in as coach. They might have confirmed it, I'm not sure, I might have forgotten. But yeah, sacking Tony Mowbray was a really, really bad idea. You at least give them the season to have a bit of growth inside. Into 9th place we go. It is Wrexham. I don't think Wrexham are going to finish up as high as this. I just don't think they will. Just because they've appointed Ryan Hardy. I don't think he is going to be top half championship goal scorer. He was good for Plymouth. Yes, he'll be good for Wrexham as well. But at the end of the day, you need prolific goal scorers. I don't think Ryan Hardy is that. I've seen Paul Mullins gone out on loan to Wigan. So yeah, I think Wrexham won't finish in 9th according to the bookies. I think they'll be a lot lower down than that. And Phil Parkinson, I don't think is quite a good enough coach at this level. We move into 8th place, which is Norwich City. Can see where the bookies have gone for this. Appointing Liam Manning might have worked, might not have worked, and then you keep hold of Josh Sargent and Borja Sainz, who's really seemed to have fluctuated down a little bit. He seems to have gone off the boil a little bit. I don't think he was good as he once was, and this league seems to have figured him out. So yeah, I'm surprised that Norwich have been built that high up. But so yeah, Norwich into 8th spot, probably because of Liam Manning. He probably can get a good team and maybe even put them into the playoffs. Let's see. And then into 7th place we go finally, and it is Leicester City. Leicester, not the greatest season for them probably coming up due to the points deductions they might be getting from what I've heard. I think it's going to be like a 10 to 15 point deduction. No Jamie Vardy. Ruud van Nistelrooy will be gone from what rumours I am hearing. So yeah, Leicester City in 7th position in this one. I could see that happening. Depending on the points deduction. If not, they will be finishing in the playoffs and probably challenging the top two of Ipswich, Southampton, Sheffield United, and all those that are getting ready to fight out for the top two automatic spaces. So yeah, Leicester in 7th for the bookies as we move now into the top 6. Into the top 6 we go, and into 6th position it is Middlesbrough. I'm not sure why the bookies do this year on year. They put Middlesbrough in the playoffs because they just simply aren't good enough at the end of the day. As seen with previous seasons with Michael Carrick in charge, he has now been sacked by Middlesbrough, and they have now brought in Rob Edwards, which is just a bit of a like-for-like replacement in my opinion. I don't think it's a good replacement. I definitely can't see Middlesbrough getting in the playoffs with that. They need to invest with Steve Gibson, and the ownership just need to strengthen this Middlesbrough side because nowhere near playoff ready yet. I'm not sure why the bookies have Middlesbrough in 6th and in the playoffs. I know they challenged towards the back end of last season, but yeah, surprised why Middlesbrough are in 6th. Into 5th spot, it is Coventry City and Frank Lampard. That's right. Coventry finishing inside the playoffs last season, but then losing in the semi-finals to Sunderland, of course, with that Don Ballard last-minute header, one of the all-time playoff moments that we won't forget for a few years to come now. So yeah, Coventry City, yeah, you could see why they get in the playoffs. Frank Lampard did a brilliant job, and yeah, I could see Coventry really going from strength to strength this season. Bit of investment, maybe not lose Vanny Wyken, lose Hadji Wright, and maybe Ellis Sims as well, and they will be good to go for the playoffs for another year. So yeah, I could definitely see Coventry doing well here for the 25-26 season, and under Frank Lampard they have a decent enough coach. So yeah, they've got the players: Asante, Mason Clark, Sims, Hadji Wright, and Van Iguaik at the back, and their defence of Ben Wilson in net and Kitchen, good for all them at the back, Latibodue, are all quite good for this level. So yeah, that's why Coventry have been put in 5th by the bookies. Into 4th spot might come a bit of a surprise, but it's Birmingham City. They're looking to spend this summer. I think rumours that we do have Damari Gray almost confirmed now, so that is good news for us. So yeah, I could definitely see Birmingham challenging for promotion this season. Now, some fans definitely aren't thinking that, but they might just be underestimating Birmingham a little bit coming up from League One, similar with Wrexham, to be honest. But yeah, I think Birmingham could either finish between lower mid-table or in the playoffs. It could be a really mixed bag, to be honest, and I can see why the bookies have put them in 4th because of the money and the trajectory they are going on, similar to Wrexham in my eyes. So yeah, Birmingham in 4th. Into 3rd place it's Sheffield United after the playoff heartbreak last season, sacking Chris Wilder, yet to know who their manager is, so I'm surprised Sheffield United have been ranked this high, to be honest. In 3rd place at the end of the day. So yeah, I don't think if they sell players like Harmer, they might really be struggling. Sheffield United, and you can see them really struggling as well. So yeah, Sheffield United, not a lot to say. The bookies have them up in 3rd, which is a bit surprising, really. But yeah, that's a decent season for Sheffield United. They want to go one better and win the playoff final this time and get promoted to the Premier League. And finally, into the top 2 we go. It is Southampton. You can see that why these would be promotion, second favourites for promotion, with Will still in charge. Very good coach, as we saw at Lens and Ram, or Reims, or whatever you call it. I think the French word is Ram. So yeah, Southampton have a good player, a lot of good players. If they do sell the likes of Walker Peters, Onuachu, who else? Manning, not Manning. Manning's not a great player, but yeah, they might sell Downs as well. So yeah, I could definitely see Southampton finishing 2nd, and the bookies do agree with me. I think I said they would win the league, in my opinion, in the very early predictions a few weeks back. We did. And then in 1st place, obviously, it is Ipswich and Kieran McKenna. Quite obvious why why the bookies have predicted Ipswich to do it with Kieran McKenna, because he's proven he's done it before. Southampton and Leicester won't have the same coach as last time, and Sheffield United have set Chris Wilder, so they won't have the same coach, and Ipswich are the only ones that have kept Kieran McKenna, unless Brentford come sniffing, but I think they're appointing Keith Andrews, but they could be in a lot of trouble if they did do that. But yeah, Ipswich are favourites to be bound for a Premier League return, as are Southampton. So yeah, that is the bookies 25-26 championship predictions for next season. Thank you very much for watching my bookies championship 25-26 predictions. If you did like the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll speak to you on the next one, which I have no idea. It'll probably be the live stream for the fixture release. So yeah, I'll speak to you on the next one.